Welcome to Brave Healer Productions. It's time to experience what's possible. So, what if there's something you haven't learned yet that could change everything? Welcome, everyone. I'm Laura DeFranco, the CEO of Brave Healer Productions, where we are helping the world experience what's possible. And here today to help me with that mission is Carole Park. You guys, Carole is one of the visionary badasses in the Brave Healer family. These visionary interviews were created to help you understand the mind and strategies of my visionary healers, coaches, light workers. They are walking a world-changing walk of awareness. And I'm so proud and honored to have you here today, Carole. How's it going?
Thank you, Laura. I'm very thrilled to be here with you too. It's wonderful to see you today. You look rosy.
Oh, I am a little rosy. It's hot down here in my basement room. I had to turn the heater on today. It got so cold here in Maryland. Ooh, oh my goodness. You guys, let me tell you about Carole. Carole Park is a professional healer with 25 years of expertise using a blend of pure high vibration energy healing, Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, and meditation. She will help you unlock your powerful potential, come back to wholeness, and manifest your best life. And we're going to have some amazing ways for you guys to connect with Carole that we'll talk about in a minute or two. But Carole, the first thing I wanted to get going with is tell everyone a little bit of the why behind the work you do.
The why is that I feel so completely inspired to help people to lift, to be bright, to work through obstacles that get in the way of their human life, of fulfilling their human life, but also their soul purpose, and to tune into the purpose of their higher truth, their higher self purpose. And sometimes the human purpose is completely different to the soul purpose. And it's helping people to rediscover that, to open to the light and to expand themselves. So that's my work.
Human purpose versus soul purpose, you guys. Chew on that one for half a second. Carole, tell us a story about like when you became a healer, like when you knew this was going on. Like, give us a little story about how you got here.
How I got here? Well, I was inspired to learn Tai Chi. And I went to Tai Chi classes for a few months, no, a few weeks. And my Tai Chi teacher's teacher came to visit to give a demonstration and a talk. And I knew that I had to work with him. And I went on his infinite Tai Chi teacher training and personal radiance course. And then the next step after that was to do his healing course. And when I saw him doing some healing work on somebody, I just knew that's it. This is it. This is what I have to do. I have to be a healer. But I don't call myself a healer because none of us can ever really heal somebody else. I do healing work. I hold the light and the space for people to heal themselves. There's no such thing as actually being a healer, I don't think, because we don't do it.
So before that time you met him, do you remember a time in your younger years where you knew you were intuitive, where you knew that those pieces about yourself?
Well, I was always a bit different. When I was a little girl, I was always interested in things like witches, things about witches and magic, and I always loved fantasy. And when I was a little girl, I used to talk to fairies, actually talk to fairies, um, which sounds a bit strange now, but they were there. So I've always been a bit different that way. I was always interested in otherworldly things, fantasy things, anything to do with fantasy and science fiction. I used to always love from a very young age.
We had such a great chat with our group in Ireland recently, and there was a really wonderful day where we went out to Pat Boone's farm to commune with the fairies. You guys
Mm.
will have to read that chapter in the book coming out in January. Um, and speaking of books, you've been working on a book. Tell
Yes.
us a little bit about what you're up to there.
Well, the book is going to be part of a series to help people to do exactly what I've been talking about, to expand their consciousness, reconnect with their soul, and live as their higher truth in every level. So the book, it's personal. It is about my journey, my spiritual journey, and but it is also quite practical with regard to the exercises with energy work because I'm an energy worker, different meditations, but then moving into much higher, expanded chapters and experiences that I've had.
I want to tell people of the world what an amazing writer you are. I've, been privy to hearing some of the writing and hearing some of the stories. And you're really a great writer, but you make those moments of your life come alive for us. And oh my gosh, some of your ocean scenes and the different things you're writing about that you were sharing the other day were just so beautiful. But you guys, when you understand the gifts that you'll be given in terms of her experiences that she's talking about, get ready. They're powerful. Carole, I'm gonna keep shoving you to finish this book. Like I'm gonna be like, come on, Carole, let's get this out to people. It's gonna be such an amazing book.
Thank
Um,
you.
you're welcome. Oh my goodness. What do you think is the most important thing you want people to know about the healing journey?
I think everybody's journey is different, and it's never easy when you first start your spiritual journey, your healing and awakening journey. Most people go through what we call a honeymoon period where everything's lovely. Oh, how lovely. But actually, when you're walking your path and doing the deep work and you ask for healing, you ask to expand, it's very challenging. So you need somebody like myself and somebody like you, Laura, in your own way, to hold the light and hold the space for people to work through the obstacles. And some of these obstacles, they're tangible. We know something happened when we were children. We've been carrying it for years. It's in the way, and we can deal with that because it's more of a surface issue. But some obstacles are much older. They can be karmic, and they don't always present themselves in a practical way. It can just be a dark energy that rises and grips. And a lot of people with mental health problems have this. They don't understand, nobody understands. So that you really need the light. You can't do it with mind strategy and a couple of breaths. You have to have what we call the higher intelligence to come in and help you to transform this. So my work is very much about that, about helping people to work through these stages of their healing. And nobody can heal if they're too afraid to go into that level. It has to be like the layers of an onion peeling away, level after level after level, so that it happens in a natural way. And everybody's different. Sometimes there is a bolt of light comes in and a big crack, like an eruption. That does happen in some people's healing journeys. It's happened to me sometimes. But it's safer to do it in a layer by layer way. And it is simply holding love and light and compassion and peace for everybody that I'm working with and for the world, just to help people through this process of getting back to who they truly are.
When you start to talk about authentic healing, about deep work, many people would just want to run in the other direction because it is, oops, look at that.
Oh,
Wow, don't run in the other direction. Somebody out there likes this discussion. Um, and and I guess I want to ask you, when I raise my hand and go there, so then what's in it for me if all it's going to be is about that challenge and facing that kind of pain? What's on the other side of this for me?
the other side, there's a lot of deep peace and relief, but you don't feel that until you get out of the other side. And then sometimes even then, it's not necessarily that tangible. It's not always a wow, aha moment. I've cleared that. It can be very, very subtle. Like you simply react to things differently or react to people differently around you in the world. So everybody's journey is different with regard to their healing process.
I like the deep peace suggestion. I could that one I felt in my heart, and I would agree that that has been one of my best feelings, having done some deeper work and just deciding that I wanted to explore. You know,
Mhm.
it's an exploration, right? Yeah. So you have a few things going on right now. People can work with you. You're teaching some classes. Tell us about all the ways that people can work with you.
Well, at the moment, generally, I'm doing more healing work. I still do some teaching, but it's more healing work. But people tend to experience me in one way or another. They come to a class or they come to a seminar and they just know they have to work with me. And usually that's when they start saying, Carole, I know I need to work with you, but I don't really know what that means or what I have to do. Because that's that soul, that light bulb going off that something has to shift. So they can find me through the Wellness Universe. I've got a lot of things going on there, quite a few recordings. They can find me on my website.
Yeah, awesome. So, and very specifically, the Wellness Universe, you're doing a meditation series. You want to talk about that for a minute?
Yes, the meditation program that I'm doing on the Wellness Universe is Lin Chi Healing Meditation, which means pure healing light meditation. And it's the Chinese characters for Lin Chi actually mean the same as the Japanese characters for Reiki, but it's not Reiki. It's a very you have to be a powerful Tai Chi Qigong practitioner to be able to do this type of healing so that your body is strong enough to hold the light. And it's a meditation program that builds, but you can go back through all the recordings. And it's where I very much take you into spaces where you do exactly what we've just been talking about. You rediscover your soul in new ways. You can connect with your master, your deity, or a star, and all that light comes in to help you. And sometimes it's healing, sometimes it's simply an expansion of consciousness, and then we have to let that do its work. So I guide you through the different meditations. Now they're all specific, but they all flow together. So you don't necessarily have to do them in order.
Awesome. I was going to ask you a couple questions about that. You guys, I don't know about you, but this sounds like a good idea, especially since we're recording during the beginning of the holiday season, the beginning of some chaotic overwhelm that a lot of people get into when they hit the holidays. But um so I can start at the beginning or I can start anywhere I feel like, but these sessions do build. And we talked before our interview, you said something that struck me. You said this is for people ready to heal so completely that there's nothing left to do. Like, and I wrote it down and I told you I wrote it down because I could feel that one. Like, yes, please, Carole, I'm ready. you know? And I know there's a lot of our community out there who are also ready for you. And, you're not messing around with this kind of stuff. And I'm so grateful and honored that you're in my world. So, you guys, we've got the links for Carole's connections down below, right? And you can check out the meditation program for sure and connect with Carole. All right, Carole, last message. What the world is kind of an interesting place to be right now, isn't it? Um, do you have some last words of encouragement for us to help us navigate the tough days, especially?
Remember that you don't have to do it alone. Reach out and ask for help, whether it's asking for help from a person or asking for higher help. You're not alone in your journey, whether it's a worldly journey or a spiritual journey, a healing journey. You can't do it alone. You have to join on some level or another and reach out and join with me. I can help you.
Carole, thank you so much for what you do in the world and for being here today to share it with everyone. You guys, this Brave Healer family, this community is a generous, safe space for our listeners. If something resonated today that you heard Carole talk about, you've got a question, you need some support, come on down into the show notes. Carole's contact is there. Go explore the class, go explore having a chat with her about what she's up to. She is there to answer those questions and share about that support. And lastly, today, everyone, remember your words change the world when you're brave enough to share them. So it is time to be brave. See you next time, everyone. Thank you, Carole.
Thank you, Laura.